Somewhere out there, right now, there's a person quietly dreading a day that's supposed to be about celebrating them, their birthday. If that's you, if you've ever felt a strange heaviness instead of excitement when your birthday gets close, I want you to stay with me for this entire video, because what we're about to talk about is something almost nobody explains properly, and understanding it might change how you experience every birthday from here forward. Let's start with the truth. Hating your birthday doesn't mean you're ungrateful, broken, or overly negative. It usually means your birthday has quietly become something else, something heavier than a celebration. And today, we're going to unpack exactly what that is. The first reason birthdays feel heavy: they force an unwanted audit of your life. Every other day of the year, you can move forward without stopping to measure anything. But a birthday, whether you want it to or not, forces a kind of silent evaluation. Where am I compared to where I thought I'd be by now? What have I actually accomplished this year? Am I further along or still stuck in the same place? This audit happens automatically, often without you even choosing it. And if the answers feel disappointing even slightly, the day itself starts to feel less like a celebration and more like a quiet confrontation with everything that hasn't gone the way you hoped. The second reason: birthdays highlight the gap between expectation and reality. Somewhere along the way, most of us absorbed an idea of what a certain age is supposed to look like. By this age, I should have this career. By this age, I should be in this relationship. By this age, I should feel settled, accomplished, sure of myself. When the actual reality doesn't match that imagined timeline, birthdays become the exact moment that gap becomes impossible to ignore. It's not really the number that hurts. It's the distance between where you expected to be and where you actually are. The third reason: birthdays put you in the spotlight whether you want it or not. For people who are naturally private or who feel uncomfortable being the center of attention, a birthday can feel less like a gift and more like an obligation to perform happiness on command. Everyone is watching. Everyone is asking how you feel. Everyone expects a certain kind of joy on cue, whether you actually feel it or not. This pressure to perform happiness, even when you don't feel it, can make the entire day feel exhausting instead of enjoyable. You're not just living your life, you're managing everyone else's expectations of how you should be experiencing it. Let's slow down here and go deeper into something important. A lot of birthday dread isn't really about the day itself. It's about what the day represents: time passing, mortality. Even if you don't consciously think about it that way, the uncomfortable awareness that another year has gone by and it can't be redone, revised, or gotten back. This is a very human fear, and it tends to surface most clearly on days built specifically to mark the passage of time, like birthdays, New Year's, and anniversaries. It's not dramatic or unusual to feel this. It's actually one of the most universal, least talked about experiences there is. The fourth reason, and this one is often underestimated: birthdays can resurface old disappointments from birthdays past. If you've had birthdays in the past that felt lonely, forgotten, or let down in some way, a part of you might approach every new birthday already braced for disappointment, expecting to be let down again, even if this year could genuinely be different. This isn't pessimism. It's a kind of emotional self-protection built from real past experiences. But it can also become a self-fulfilling pattern where the fear of disappointment quietly shapes how you experience the day, even before it happens. The fifth reason: social media has changed what birthdays are supposed to look like. Birthdays used to simply be a private, personal marker of time. Now, they've become a performance, expected to be documented, celebrated publicly, filled with posts, stories, and curated proof that you are loved, celebrated, and living a full life. If your birthday doesn't look like the version you see other people posting, big parties, elaborate gifts, a flood of messages, it can create a quiet, painful comparison, even if your actual day was perfectly fine on its own terms. Let's talk about something worth sitting with, honestly. Birthdays can also become painful when they highlight loneliness that you managed to ignore the rest of the year. If your circle of close relationships is small, or if the people you expected to remember or show up simply don't, a birthday can turn from a celebration into a very visible, very specific reminder of exactly who is and isn't present in your life. This can feel especially painful because, unlike an ordinary lonely day, a birthday comes with an expectation attached. The unspoken belief that on this day of all days, people should show up. When they don't, the loneliness doesn't just exist quietly in the background. It gets highlighted, spotlighted, made impossible to look away from. Now let's talk about something deeper. Birthdays can also bring up grief, even when nothing has technically been lost. Grief for the version of yourself you thought you'd be by now. Grief for relationships that didn't survive the past year. Grief for time that's gone, chances that weren't taken, or versions of your life that quietly slipped away while you were busy just trying to get through each day. This kind of grief rarely gets acknowledged because on paper, nothing is bad has happened. You're just getting older, like everyone does. But emotionally, birthdays can stir up a very real sense of loss, even when there's no single event to point to as the cause. Let's talk about why this feeling is so hard to talk about openly. There's an unspoken social rule that birthdays are supposed to be happy. So admitting that yours feels heavy, or that you'd rather skip it entirely, can feel like you're doing something wrong, disappointing people, or being ungrateful for a life that, by most measures, is fine. This creates a strange kind of isolation. Not only do you feel the heaviness of the day itself, but you also feel like you can't even express that heaviness honestly, because it goes against what everyone expects you to feel. So the feeling gets buried, performed over with a smile, and carried alone. Here's something important to understand. None of this means something is wrong with you. It means birthdays sit at a very specific emotional intersection. Time, expectation, comparison, visibility, old memories, mortality. It's genuinely one of the most emotionally loaded days of the entire year, disguised as a simple celebration. Now let's talk about what actually helps. Not forced positivity, real shifts in how you relate to this day. The first shift: separate the day from the audit. Your birthday does not have to be the day you evaluate your entire life. That evaluation can happen anytime, calmly, privately, on a day that isn't loaded with social expectation and performance pressure. Give yourself permission to simply let your birthday be a day, not a verdict on your entire existence. The second shift: release the imagined timeline. The idea that you should have accomplished specific things by a specific age was never based on your actual life. It was absorbed from other people's timelines, social expectations, and comparisons that were never fair to begin with. Your actual pace of life, with all its detours, delays, and unexpected turns, is not behind an imaginary schedule. It's simply your life, unfolding at its own pace. The third shift: redefine what the day is actually for. Instead of treating your birthday as a performance for other people's expectations or a public measure of how loved and successful you are, try treating it as a quiet, personal check-in. Not tried, did I accomplish enough this year, but simply, how am I actually doing and what do I need going forward? This reframing takes the pressure off the day to prove anything to anyone and gives it back to you as something private and honest instead of something performed. The fourth shift, let go of needing it to look a certain way. Your birthday doesn't need to be a big event, a flood of messages, or an elaborate celebration to be meaningful. Some of the most peaceful birthdays are quiet ones. A simple day, spent gently without needing to perform happiness for an audience. If quiet feels better to you than a big performance, that is a perfectly valid way to spend the day. The fifth shift, address the loneliness directly instead of just enduring it once a year. If your birthday highlights loneliness, that's valuable information. Not just something to get through once a year and ignore for the other 364 days. It might be worth honestly looking at your relationships throughout the year, not just on this one day, and asking where you might want to build deeper connection, reach out more, or invest more intentionally in the people who do show up for you. The sixth shift, let old birthday disappointments stay in the past where they belong. If past birthdays were painful, it's understandable to brace for the same pain again. But each year is genuinely a new one. Approaching this birthday already expecting disappointment can quietly create the very disappointment you're afraid of by shaping your expectations and sometimes even your own behavior before the day even begins. Let's talk about something that might help you hold all of this together. Think of your birthday like a single mile marker on a long road trip. It doesn't tell you whether the whole journey has been good or bad. It's just one point along a much longer path, a path that includes difficult stretches, unexpected detours, beautiful unplanned moments, and long quiet roads that don't look impressive from the outside but still matter. Judging your entire journey by a single marker on the road isn't a fair or complete way to see your life. It's just one point on one day in a story that's still very much being written. Now let's talk about what to actually do with all of this practically the next time your birthday comes around. First, decide in advance what kind of day you actually want, not what you think you're supposed to want. A quiet day, a small gathering, no plans at all. Give yourself permission to choose based on what genuinely feels good to you instead of what looks good to everyone else. Second, if loneliness comes up around your birthday, don't wait for others to reach out. Consider reaching out first to the people who do matter to you, even just to spend time together without needing it to be a big occasion. Sometimes the people who would gladly show up simply don't know how much it would mean to you. Third, if old grief or disappointment surfaces, let it. You don't have to force positivity over genuine feelings. Acknowledging quiet sadness on your birthday doesn't make you ungrateful. It makes you honest. And honest feelings, allowed to exist without judgment, tend to move through you far more easily than feelings you're forcing yourself to hide. Fourth, resist comparing your day to anyone else's online. What you see is a curated highlight, not the full, honest experience of anyone else's birthday. Comparing your entire real day to someone else's carefully selected few seconds will never be a fair comparison, no matter how many times you make it. Let me leave you with this. If you've ever hated your own birthday, there is nothing wrong with you. You are simply someone who feels, more acutely than most, the emotional weight this day quietly carries. Time passing, expectations unmet, comparisons made, old disappointments resurfacing. That's not weakness, that's sensitivity, and sensitivity is not a flaw. Your birthday does not have to be a verdict on your life, a performance for other people, or a reopening of old wounds. It can simply be a day, quiet, honest, entirely your own, measured by nothing except how you actually feel, not by how it's supposed to look from the outside. You are allowed to celebrate quietly. You are allowed to feel complicated emotions on a day that's supposed to be simple. You are allowed to redefine what this day means to you, instead of inheriting a definition that was never actually yours to begin with. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. So many people carry quiet dread around this exact day without ever admitting it out loud. If you're new here, this channel is called Withenism. We talk about things like this every week, the feelings nobody names, and the honest, gentle work of understanding them. If this video helped you even a little, subscribe. Not for me. For the version of you that might need this reminder again on a harder day, or maybe even on your next birthday. And if someone comes to mind while watching this, someone who might quietly dread their own birthday too, send this to them. Sometimes just knowing you're not the only one who feels this way changes everything. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.